What if you hear and embrace this thought? You are much more great than what you think who you are. You are no one other than a Buddha. Delusions and desires are all expressions of the Buddha nature. This is what the assurance of Buddhahood is all about. How would it feel to know that you have been the Buddha who appeared in this world, in the present, and lived the past of the Buddha? So the relationship between the Buddha and you are not just non-duality, rather it's identity. This is paradoxical, but this is it. That's what the Buddha is seeing. That's how the Buddha is seeing us in the Lotus Sutra. So this is the world of Buddhahood demonstrated in the chapter 6 of the Lotus Sutra, titled The Assurance of Buddhahood. So every time you read the chapter, you are invited by the Buddha to experience Buddhahood right now. However, this Buddha who invites you is you. You are the one who is inviting yourself to know and embrace that you will be a Buddha. Will you accept the invitation from your future self, who already experienced you in the present as the past life of that Buddha? When you hear the word to assure, what comes to your mind? The word assure is composed of 3 parts in Latin: ad, se, and cura. Ad means toward, se means being free from, and cura means care or concern. Then to assure means toward being free from concerns, going toward concernlessness. In Buddhism, concern is a moment of suffering. So you're caught up by the gap between the present and the future, and you depreciate the present because you only desire the future, which is whatever is not now and here. So assurance, which is the desire toward concernlessness, which is going toward the end of concerns, is going toward the end of suffering. In this sense, assurance of Buddhahood is a countermeasure that helps you cope with the anxiety and concerns in the present life, and instead enchants you to fully be aware, appreciate, and embrace whatever is given in the present, and restore confidence with being who you are in the present. But the question is, how does this confidence arise? Am I the only one who's having a problem with the self-confidence? I hope not. This confidence comes from knowing who you really are. You are the Buddha who knows that you will be a Buddha. The life you are living right now is the past life of the Buddha. You are going towards concernlessness. The anxieties and concerns you are having in the present is how you are embodying this concern-free moment of your Buddhahood. Now let me take you to a journey of Buddha nature, which is your nature. You and I, and all other possible qualities in this universe, are the expressions of Buddha nature. Buddha nature is omnipresent, all-pervasive, and expresses itself only in the mode of absence. That's why you cannot see it. It's too close to see. It's too everywhere to be somewhere. But this absence is how it is always present. This is very paradoxical and beyond the reach of our human mind, but it is precisely this inconceivability of this universally available truth of Buddha nature that invites us to experience the ultimate and innermost aspect of each one of our lives. Your life is inconceivable, mysterious, and wondrous. You are much more great than what you think who you are. You're always an expression of this great life of the Buddha nature. There's no Buddha nature if you're not here. But as soon as you're here, There's always a Buddha nature that expresses itself and present in the mode of its absence. The life of you and the Buddha is identical. What is Buddha nature? It is the movement of yourself expressing itself to yourself, which itself is selflessness, which is the true meaning of self-fullness. So this movement is cracking a shell to arise and dance into time and space. Why does it bother to crack? Because it is a dynamic truth of life, whose nature is care for the end of suffering of all lives. So what pushes you to express yourself is this selflessness of your true self, whose nature is Buddha nature, whose nature is care. This is the innermost reality of your life. You can feel this compassionate push from the self to the self in your everyday desires, delusions, conflicts and joy, and etc., etc. Your delusions and desires are care for your own to be expressed. This desire is a Buddha nature. So in the Lotus Sutra's world of the assurance of Buddhahood, you can't escape this universal care, because it is your nature that is this universal care of the Buddha nature. So wherever you go, Buddha nature is there, because that's you. That's why you feel good. When you can become kind to yourself, accept yourself, or reach out and support others, even including strangers. That's strange, right? You can be happy with the happiness of strangers, but that's your built-in nature. That's the Buddha nature, true reality about yourself, about your life. This care is desire that is inherent to all of our lives, and this world is full of desire that is care. So this universe is full of care. So we are living in a universe that is very careful, so there's nothing to worry about. Even if nobody seems to care about you, please remember, you of the future, you from the viewpoint of having already become a Buddha, always care about its own past, which is the you in the present. So no worries. When concerns or anxiety come up in your mind, recognize them, watch them, and use them as a way for you to understand your true desire. As soon as you discover that desire, that's the desire which is the seed of your Buddhahood. So with all that in mind, let's read the chapter 6 of the Lotus Sutra, Assurance of the Buddhahood again, and let me know how this understanding helps you or alters your understanding and experience of the chapter 6 of the Lotus Sutra.